everyone, it's Ryan from the Rocky Mountain Cigar Show here. Welcome back to the Smoking Studios for my big 40th birthday show. I have been so excited for this. I tell you what, guys, I think this has been some of the best shows I have done this year with some of the best guests I've had. And it continues tonight with definitely with with Joe and Ray over at Cigar Clowns coming on for my 40th birthday. So, gosh, damn, dude, I can't even believe I'm 40. Um, time flies. I know I don't look like I've aged a day since I've been about 21, but I have, trust me. So thank you all so much for showing up for the show tonight. It really, really, really does mean a lot, and appreciate all the support that you guys continuously show over and over and over every single week for this show. It's honestly the show kind of took on a whole thing of its own, and it's just been so much fun and fulfilling to be able to kind of watch and see really what this show has become and how with an audience as great as you guys are and all those that watch whether it's live or after the fact that I really really appreciate it. So being that even though this is my 40th birthday show, everybody else is getting gifts, all right? We have so many gifts tonight. I don't even understand. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to give them all away or not. It's certainly going to be a challenge, but I think we could figure it out. So let's see here. Let me do something on screen. Okay, fantastic. Awesome. So again, thank you everybody. We've got I listen to this. Listen to this lineup before we bring Joe on. Ray's going to be gone a little bit later tonight, but we're going to be bringing Joe on for the entire show, which don't tell Ray. Joe's a lot more fun. So you know, Joe. He's a more lovable guy. Ray's a bit of a stickler. No, I'm totally kidding. But seriously, I'd rather meet Joe in a dark alley than Ray. And Ray just looks like he's just. I mean, that's Ray. He doesn't want to admit it, but that's Ray. So all right, guys, I've got three giveaways from Espanola. All right, we've got the new Maduro, we've got the new Corojo, and we've got the Connecticut as well. I have a box of cigars from Big Sky, and what they sent me was I don't know. Whoever gets it will have to let me know. So let's see. We've got from Gran Habano. I've got two 5-pack. Oh, not even two 5-packs. All right, we've got two of their full size samplers that are going out to you guys in Robusto. We've got two hats that will come with each sampler. And one lucky person will win an ashtray with their hat and cigars. We've got let's see. I've got 3 5-packs from La Aurora. Those will be coming after PCA. They are the new cigars from La Aurora. So let's see here. They are the new cigars from La Aurora. I've got tons of mugs to give away from Dunbarton. So we've got 4 mugs, dealer's choice. Sorry, it would get too convoluted to write down each one. So we've got 4 mugs. With each mug, I've got 2 trucker hats and 2 beanies. So it'll be a mug and a trucker or a mug and a beanie. I've got 2 leaf ashtrays and a diamond crystal ashtray as well. Micallef, we've got a 5-pack of the A Gordos with the Micallef mugs as well. And Dan was super kind and is also letting me give away a 5-pack of the purples. So if you guys have not had a purple yet, This is the first show that's giving any of the purples away. Those will be coming directly to you from Micallef after PCA. But they're not even going to be launched on the market directly after PCA. So you guys will have an exclusive. And then for the guest of tonight, he's throwing in, like, he's got a rare fight. Now, for those of you that are new to the clowns, and don't understand how the clowns used to work before they really started focusing on going into the shops, they would have these exclusive drops, 100, 300 bundle drops, literally gone in 30, 45 minutes, hour, gone. And they do several drops throughout the year. Well, we got a 5-pack of rare clown cigars, and Joe will be explaining what those are. We also have a slightly smaller version of that sign right there. And then we also have a rodeo clown sign as well. So, guys, it's over 20 prizes. So we are in it for a lot. And trust me, I am not going to be making everybody win one. If you win two, you win two. If you win four, you win four. It's my birthday show. It's my rules. Everybody wins if multiple times if they get chosen. That's the way it's going to be more fun, right? Because I want it to be like you guys opening up a really nice box as well. So enough chatting from me, because let's be honest, nobody really comes here to look at me. As flattered as I am that everybody watches the show, everybody comes here for the guests. So, so all right, let's go ahead and bring on the man of the hour, Joe from Cigar Clowns, whose screen just went black. So let's. Oh, there he goes. Let's see. Hey, Joe. Now we've got no audio with you. We had audio before, and then we had no audio. All right. So while he's playing with that, I will be able to hear if he gets audio again. Again, everybody watching. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Awesome. So everybody watching tonight, all the partners of this show, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Joe. And I won't say this to Ray, but I truly love you guys.
Appreciate that, Ryan. We love you too. I know I'm everybody's favorite clown. It's awesome.
Well, this has been a show that I've been waiting for. You guys jumped on the opportunity when I told you about the idea for it, so I was really, really stoked about that. Now, before we kind of dive into what's going on with the clowns, we're gonna start with some giveaways here.
Yeah, man. Let me say happy birthday first, man. Happy 40th. I'm excited to be sharing, this night with you. Let's just put that first and foremost. This is a special night, your 40th birthday. Let's fucking go. And how do I get into since it's your birthday? How do I get into win some of these prizes?
I'm gonna have to exclude you. Unless I'm gonna have to.
It is your birthday.
It
is your birthday. I could jump off and go in the comments.
So, well, my actual birthday is on the 14th. It just made sense to do it before my birthday than after. Plus, I'll be honest with you, I couldn't wait any longer. I didn't want to wait another week. And
I said you didn't look a day over 39. I knew it.
But I will tell you guys, this has been a fucking hell of a ride with this show. I've enjoyed every minute of it. For those of you that have been watching me from the beginning, you remember when it was just when this shed that I'm sitting in was my background from outside, and then kind of morphed into what it is, and being able to work with absolutely fantastic brands like all those participating tonight, including the clowns. So I tell you what, I am itching. I didn't know about the rare giveaway before Joe came on. I almost want to win this myself, but I can't. So Joe and I are both eliminated from winning anything. But Joe, tell everybody about that rare 5-pack giveaway, and then we'll just go ahead and start giving some shit away.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. And so the clowns for your 40th birthday, we open up the vault and we are selecting, it's going to be a random selection of 5 cigars that have been sold out for a long time. You cannot get, these are our limited edition drops. So it can be, we got some old stuff, man. We got stuff going back 5 years. So it could be, you know,
Ooh.
it could be a heartbreaker. It could be, it can be a
Ooh.
cigar we made for a shop. Uh, there's so many different ones. It could be part of the 3 ring circus. We have so many different cigars that we can, I'm gonna let Danny pick them blindly, and we'll send them out.
Well,
You know,
Danny will definitely be picking the bangers. I know that, and he definitely knows your entire portfolio. Um, that is very much for sure. So, well, I really appreciate it.
hello.
And kind of before we dive into what's been going on with the clowns, we do our first giveaway. What I'd like to do is start the show off with a "What Are You Smoking Tonight" segment, sponsored by my good friend Steve Saka over at Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. So, I'm gonna let you explain what I'm smoking, Joe, because this is a newer version of this cigar. So, and then tell everybody what you're smoking.
Yeah, Ryan is smoking the Geppetto, and he's smoking our latest Vitola, which is a 6x50. Just came out. It's available at most retailers that we're in. It's um, it's a banger. It's just a straight up banger. That's it. I don't want to get into details. It's a great cigar. They come in boxes of 11. I'd say go out and buy 4 or 5 boxes of them. That's it. Straight up. It's good.
And I can tell you, just jump over to smokin.com and you can
Mhm.
buy 6 boxes of them. Because if you're only really wanting 4, it's better to buy 6 because you store for 2 later. So,
I agree.
for
I
everybody
agree.
that watches, everybody knows I'm an overshooter on box purchases just for storage later. You never know when you're going to need it. So, but Joe, what are you smoking?
Right now, I'm smoking from the vault. I'm smoking an AVB. This was a
Ooh.
Cigar Clowns early Halloween cigar. It's called the AVB. And after my AVB, I'm gonna be smoking the new Goldie Grace that we just launched with the Sheffield collection. She was a limited edition cigar, and now she is her own company, and she's on the shelves.
So,
She,
when are we going to get a Big Tent sampler?
that's a great question. We do have a sampler pack out there right now, and we're testing it in 1 or 2 shops. We're still getting some feedback on it. Sample packs, they're coming. We need a few more additions to our core line because right now we have the Rodeo Clown, the King of Clowns, the Geppetto, and the Goldie Grace, but it's not a 5 pack yet, even though there's a couple Vitolas. So when we add another, I'm not saying it's coming out next month or maybe 2 months from now, there might be another cigar coming out. Just saying, never know.
You heard it here
So sample
first,
pack,
guys. There may
yeah,
not be another cigar coming out in
correct.
the not so distant, but still very much in the future, but closer
Hmm.
than it was a few minutes ago, but still a little bit further away.
That is
So
correct.
I have no idea how I just came up with that. But anyways, thank you so much, Steve Saka, for sponsoring the "What Are You Smoking Tonight" segment by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. So, all right, so let's jump in. Seriously though, like I've been thinking about that. I always felt since last we spoke that it would be kind of fun. And I don't know what your limit is on ultra rare, vault driven cigars as far as quantity is concerned. But I don't know, man. I think like when you can do like a big tent and have like 2 rares in there and 2 random rares, not like rares of that's a specific, just random rares.
I would love to do that, but I know there will be people going around shops, pulling the packs apart and trying just to buy the random ultra rare cigars out of there.
See,
So,
this is your problem, and you guys
hmm
created it. This is your
hmm
animal. You guys created the urge to dig for your cigars. and you've created the scavenger hunt for the Cigar Clowns cigars when they're released. So if anyone's doing that, I'm just saying it's y'all's fault. But it's not
So
really a bad place to be in, is it?
no, right. I gotta tell you, the best thing ever is getting a random message on Instagram or getting an email saying, "Hey, I just found a pack of, let's say, the 5150 in the wild, and I bought it for, regular price. I can't believe I found these cigars, and they have 2 more years of age on them than when you dropped them. It's like, holy, I can't believe it." And then you find people who find out old LCA stuff like in a shop and you know some random place in the country, and there's a box of cigars there, and they're like, "I just bought 10 of your not Rons, or 5 of your Rons." It's like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Well,
Can't believe those are still out there. I'll buy them from you. I'll make you a couple bucks.
I tell you, the crazy thing about it too is thinking about some of your older stuff. It's all got dust on it. If it's in a
Mhm.
shop, it's got dust on it. If it's in
Oh,
a shop, it's underneath other stuff and forgotten about in the background, and it's literally a find at that point.
so people that don't know our cigars, they look at our brand and they look at our branding and they're like, I don't know if I'm gonna pick this cigar up and smoke it, right? It's You got a bunch of clowns, right? Our logo, it stands out. But if you never tried our cigar, you don't know what it's about. You might not want to put a freaking clown in your mouth. And people have the fear of clowns, and they look at it and go, "Oh, it's a joke." Well, we're not joking around about our cigars, man. Our cigars are serious, And when somebody does see one of our old cigars in a shop and they know what it is, they buy them out. They buy them out.
Oh yeah, because like you
Hmm.
have that cultish following,
Hmm.
which is the first time you guys came on the show, we talked about that on how you guys essentially built a cult following brand before you
Hmm.
ever went into the stores. Very much reminiscent of Ezra Zion, Nomad. Um, but fast forward today, you are in a shop. In fact, you're in my favorite shop, smoking.com, smoking cigars. How
Yeah, it
is
is.
that taking off for you guys? How are you guys being accepted? It's your first time on a shelf.
Yeah, so I mean, being in shops, right? We're growing up now, so it's a different business model, right? We're not selling direct to the public. We're not just selling to one shop. At first we had like 3 shops. Now we have to make sure everybody gets their equal share. Our marketing's done a little differently, because we have to have uniformity, so everybody knows it's a Cigar Clown stick, or Cigar Clowns are a part of it. Even with the Goldie Grace, it has our box look. I don't know if you have a box of the Geppetto right next to
Oh
you,
yes, yes,
but we
yes.
have a distinctive look on our box, except for the Rodeo Clown, because that was a little bit of a different style.
Yeah,
But that's all.
let
You don't have to
me.
go crazy, Ron.
Oh no, it's not. It's just opening my
Yeah.
door. It just had shit
Hmm.
in front of it.
And yeah, see, we have just same type of look. We're trying to brand. Look at that. Look at that. It looks great on the shelf too, by the way.
It does, and you
Smells
know what,
delicious.
dude?
Hmm.
I gotta tell you,
Hmm.
I like the cardboard better than the wood.
Yes, yes.
Dude, I
Well,
like the nostalgic cardboard
that
better than the
old.
wood. I don't
That's right.
feel
We
like
went with
I'm
that old school
wasting.
Cuban.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
feel like
man.
I'm wasting 50, 75 cents for something I'm gonna throw away, if I don't keep
Correct.
boxes.
That's correct, man.
But no,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, and
really
plus
slick.
with the box shortage, the wood shortage, and the manufacturers taking so long, we went with the MDF. For Goldie Grace, we did straight like kind of like cigarette packs type of things. They're just like cool looking cigarette packs. It's a smaller cigar, so there's 10 in that thing. You can carry it around in your pocket and share it with your friends. Um, you know, thank you for the Festivus, David. Appreciate that, brother. So yeah, man, it's just like we're growing up, and we are a small tadpole in this huge pond the size of the Gulf of America, or maybe even bigger, like the Pacific Ocean, right? And there's some big players. You know, you got Steve Saka, you got Ish. You know, you have Drew Estate. You know, everybody is, you know, everybody's around, and we're just trying to make our way, make our lane, keep making sure we bring the best cigars to market for our clients. We had to take a line off the market last year because we weren't getting the right leaf. It just wasn't burning right. And as a small company, you know, these are problems we're gonna have. You know, we're making cigars and, you know, at 25,000 a clip, where the big guys are making them at $1 million a clip. So
Hashtag Joe's our
that's
favorite clown.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Paul, they'll be so
Mm,
happy to pop your cherry
yeah, man.
for the clowns. Like you've gotta get yourself a box of clowns. Don't even wait, man. During the show, well, Paul, I hope you get the ability to win that, or not the ability, but I hope you win that 5-pack of rares, because that's instantly going to throw you right into the world of you're spending a lot of money from here on out on Cigar Clowns. So, but jump on over to Smoking. You don't have to wait, man. You can go ahead and order yourself a box, 5-pack of each. They've
Yeah,
got the King of Clowns. I think the Festivus is sold out.
Festivus is sold out. Yeah,
I missed
yeah,
that one, and then
yeah. You get the
the
Geppettos.
Geppetto.
Yeah, and the Rodeo
So,
Clown as well.
and
The
the
Rodeo
Rodeo Clown,
Clown,
yes.
yeah. The Rodeo Clown is it's an Ecuadorian wrapper. You know, it's a 6x54. Um, it's a great stick, man. It's a great stick.
Well, I tell you what, Tony here has a question for you. I'm going to pop up here in a quick
Hmm.
second. While we're doing that, everybody, go ahead and type in the word birthday. Okay, so we're going
Birthday.
to give away. We're going to do a clown giveaway, and I'm going to let Joe choose the clown giveaway of the 3 that we're doing. We're going to
Cool.
do 3 giveaways right now. I'm going to do Espanola Maduro giveaway. And then we're going to do a Gran Habano 5-pack and hat. That's what we're giving away, the Cigar Clown sign. So those 3 things, and you know, maybe one more in there too. So
Hmm.
first up, so go ahead, everybody. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to type in the word birthday here. Let me get this all up and running. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got that turned on. We are ready to go with our giveaway. So, Joe, here's your first question of the night. What do you like
Let's
to
go.
pair your cigars with? From Tony.
That, Tony, great question. I like to pair my cigars with ginger beer. Um, the reason I like to pair not this particular brand, by the way, this is something new I tried. Not a big fan of it, but I like to cleanse my palate with a ginger beer, especially when I'm trying new blends.
No
I
hashtag
just think it's
Bruce.
I think it's very, you know, just cleanses my palate. And I drink a lot of ginger beer, so I could pick up different notes even after drinking the ginger beer. So that's and other than that, water. You know, I'm not a big drinker. If I do drink, I'm gonna have rum, but that's me.
He's a Captain Morgan guy.
You do remember, you do remember. I'm a spicer. I graduated. I like Brugal now from the
Hey,
Dominican
no,
Republic.
that sounds
Brugal.
brutal.
It's unbelievable, man. It's like drinking maple syrup. It's you mix it with a little Sprite, you're in trouble.
So,
You're
dude,
in
you got to
trouble.
get yourself a bottle of this. This is the La Aurora
Okay.
110 Anniversario. It's 10-year aged. It
Okay.
is it is Kool-Aid.
Really? All
And
right.
I'm not
Let's
even
go.
kidding. Everybody I've ever given this a little taste, because no, I don't. It's the only bottle I have. I don't
Hmm.
give it out
Hmm.
often. But the people I have given it to, there's no face, there's no wince, there's no burn. It's just like holy cow! Like it is phenomenal for rum. I
Nice.
thought all rum was Captain Morgan, and I am not a spiced rum guy.
Okay. There are so many rums, which that's I like rum. I like rum.
Yes,
But
there's a
I
ton
do
of
like spice rum.
rums. There's a ton of rums. Okay,
And there's a
so
lot of spice rums that aren't Captain Morgan, just to let you know.
this is true. This is true. But see, I've realized I don't like the spiced rum.
Okay.
I prefer, after having that, I prefer the sweeter, smoother of the rums. So all right, let's see. We're gonna give away that Cigar Clown sign as the last giveaway of this first round. So first up, we're gonna be doing the Espanola Maduro. And nobody should have to redo prizes in any way, shape, or form, or redo words or anything like that. So let's see. All right, the Espanola Maduro. We've got Brent. Brent.
Nice.
All right, let me write all this down. Give me a quick second here. All right, so
Congratulations.
everybody that wins tonight, it is on you guys to make sure that you reach out to me to be able to give me your address and information to be able to ship this stuff out to you. Will take me a little bit of time to gather everything. I have most of it, but there's some stuff like the clown stuff's going to be coming from them. So just be patient. PCAs this week. A lot of things are going on. A lot of orders are going in. So it might be a little bit longer. Like the Micallef purples, those are going to be maybe a couple weeks before they get to you. So just be patient. Know that you'll get everything. Don't worry about it. All right, next up, we've got... Oh, hold on. No. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah.
Dave! We've got Dave for the Gran Habano 5-pack and hat. Okay. Let's see here. Next up, this is going to be, you know what, we're going to give away a DTT mug trucker right now as well. And we're going to do the last one with that sign. So next up is the DTT mug trucker, Cody Carroll. Cody Carroll, for those of you that don't know Cody is one of my closest friends in the world. Very, very good friend of myself and the show. And in fact, all the backgrounds, all the little banners that you see, my logo, pretty much everything digitally created is from Cody. And if you need some work done, I hear he can actually be hired. So feel free to reach out to him. He loves the cigar industry and will bust his ass to make anything look great. Next up, we've got that wonderful smaller version of the Cigar Clown sign that I have in my studio, which I get so many compliments off that sign, dude.
Appreciate that, man.
So next up, we've got, who's going to win this one? Amanda Anderson. That name sounds familiar. Amanda won a box of stuff last time.
We'll get that right out to you. As soon as we get that address, we'll ship it out tomorrow.
So I have, I think, Amanda, correct me if I'm wrong, but we could actually, but I already have your address, right? Because you won the box for my for the Red Meat Lovers stuff, didn't you? Yes, I'm pretty sure you did. So all right, so awesome. Well, first 4 gifts, first 4 giveaways down. We've got a lot more to go. So nobody.
You should have happy birthday music playing in the background. What's going on?
Dude, you know, I was thinking about doing something like that, but I don't. That takes a lot of effort to like pipe in sound and.
We can go low. We can go low tech. We can go low tech. A little radio next to you. You know, I should have baked a cake. You know, I can have one of my kids whip up a cookie or something if you want.
No,
you
dude,
know?
trust me. Trust me, the fact that I've got everybody watching tonight and we are able to give away some great prizes from incredible companies like yourselves, that's really like this has been 4 years in the making for me to be able to do something like this for everybody that's watched this show, be able to give back to this community in this way. So this is really like absolutely flawlessly perfect for me. I love being able to give all this stuff away. So with that said,
so I love it.
Why aren't you guys at PCA this week? What kept you guys back?
So, as a small, like I keep on saying, we're a small fish in a big pond, right? We have to make decisions, and how is our money s- s- spent the best? And our decision was we want to bring out some rare releases this year. So we put the money in one-off blends, and or maybe these blends will be part of our core lineup. We don't know later on, but we spent the money and we're aging cigars. For a small company to go to PCA and do it right,
Oh,
for the three of us to do it right, we're talking
oh,
$30,000. You know what I mean? And that's to do it right. We could spend 50,000 and do it really right, but what is our return on investment, right? We're gonna see shops we never met, which is good, right? We're gonna hand out a ton of cigars, which is great, but people don't know us. They got to give us a shot. So I'd rather work on one shop at a time, getting in there, getting my face, meeting clients in their shop, and that's how I can hand out my marketing funds. Here's a cigar, smoke it, give me your feedback. You know, if you don't, what kind of cigars you smoke? Oh, you'll like this from my line. Oh, you'll like a King of Clowns. You're gonna like a rodeo clown. Smoke this. Let me know how it is. So that's kind of what we're focusing on
you're
right now.
you're 100% right. And
Hmm.
a lot of people don't really think of it like this, but it's not like when you go to PCA, you sign up lounge after lounge after lounge, and your hand is cramped after day one. You might sign up 10, 20, 30, and you figure at a minimum each lounge is probably going to drop maybe a grand to 2 grand on a first buy. You're dropping 30K. You need at least minimum of 15 just to break even, when you
Correct.
probably could have gotten those 15 by calling around.
That's right.
So like
we,
it's
we
just
we pound
harder.
the pavement. We pound the pavement. We get referrals from our fans, and that's how we open doors and get in shops. And that's the best, man. When we can get an introduction to the owner, have a sit down, smoke our cigars with them, and there's a lot of shops that surprise me with the amount of cigars they order. I can't believe how many of these small shops, how much business they do, and it's crazy, man. So like we were concentrating on only big fish, and you know what, man? There's nothing better than the mom and pops, and I put Abe as a mom and pop too, because Abe is behind the scenes. He knows everything going on in his shop, everything. If I have a problem, I call Abe. You know,
I have a problem. I call Abe.
that's it. He knows everything. He knows everything. Gets it done, man. The
Yeah,
man gets it done.
I tell
Runs a group.
everybody that asks me, what's it like to actually like have an in-depth discussion with Abe, and I'm like, don't ever ask the man a question that you don't want an answer to, because good, bad, or indifferent, you will hear it, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So we have a question here, Dan. Dan says, I used to be able to get the clown stuff from Caravan in PA, Bath,
Yeah.
PA. Caravan
Hmm.
closed. Where can he get it in PA right now?
We have a lot of shops in Pennsylvania right now. Off the top of my head, in his area, I don't know, but if he goes to cigarclowns.com, there's a shop finder.
It's what I was just about
Um,
to say. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure you
cigar,
have a
we,
shop
and
locator.
and that's going to be updated. I think by the end of this week, we try to update it once every 3 months with all the shops that we added. So, but I do know we have a lot, but not in his area of PA
Here we
right
go. We've
now.
got Cigar
Mhm.
Vault in Oakdale. I don't know
There
how
you go.
far that is from
He's
Bath,
he's
but
I think he's more towards Pittsburgh area, cigar vault, but he ships as well. So he ships. So that's great. The cigar vault's a great spot, great
yeah,
lounge. Hmm.
there's so many great mom and pop small lounges that just get lost in the wayside by some of the bigger shops. One of the things I love about going down to Abe's is like his family hangs out there. Like you see his wife, his daughters, his family, his dad, his brother. You know, like it's truly like a family establishment when you go to a lot of these smaller mom and pops or family run side of the houses versus like the big cigar internationals. Nothing wrong with those by any means, but just you don't get that same feel of attention or maybe personal shopper or help of picking the right cigars out. So now that you guys are kind of emphasizing a lot more inside of the brick and mortar side of life here, what are some of the things that you guys are looking for in a shop to be able to call it a cigar clown shop?
Yeah, so that's a wonderful question, Ron. Thank you for that. When we go into a shop, we want to deal with somebody who knows cigars, um, who knows his clients, or he or she knows their clients, and that the customer respects, right? So if Ryan, you walk into the shop and go, "Hey, Ryan, you know what? I just got this new cigar from XYZ company. I think you'd like it. It fits your palate. Smoke it, boom." That we're looking for tobacconists, right? And there's a lot of shops that have people working there that don't know anything about cigars. They're just somebody working the register, right?
It's retail.
And that just retail. Yeah, that's not the shop we want to go to, because those are the guys that selling all the big brands, and that's it. They're making their, some places they get commission, and if they're getting commission, they're bringing them to the most profitable cigar, the house blend, or the big brand names. So that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a, the average neighborhood place where everybody goes and watches football. Everybody's there. The same crew is there. You have your Monday night crew, your Thursday night crew, your Sunday night crew, or Friday night crew, whatever it is during the days. We're looking for the neighborhood cigar shop. We're looking for a younger crowd. Our cigars, we're not marketing towards the guys. Sorry, guys and girls, if you're 65 plus, you're not going to be smoking a Cigar Clown, unless you're a real enthusiast. Because that generation, they're
They're the
locked into what they smoke.
They're the Padrones, the Olivas, the Legacies,
Correct,
the big
correct.
brands, the I only smoke Cubans, the I only do
That's right.
this.
That's
And
right. Most of those guys aren't even smoking real Cubans. I hate to break it to them when
what
they
are you
give them
talking
to
about?
me.
Hold on. You mean the three
Yeah,
finger box in Mexico with a glass slide that's not real?
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I
Uh,
know a guy. I know a guy on the piers. They bring him in. Oh yeah, they bring him in on the piers. The captain's bringing him down just for you. Yeah, yeah. I get. Let me look at that band. Then you don't have the heart to tell people, like, if you look at the band this way, it's not supposed to have cut off boxes or count the boxes. Sorry, these are small cues, but whatever.
you know that
Um,
Cohiba hologram? It's not on
yeah,
there.
that's right. That's right. The face, the nose looks a little crooked.
Yeah.
But hey,
But no,
man,
you're right though. You're right though,
mhm,
because so much of you guys aren't just a boutique brand, but you live and you love the boutique lifestyle of cigars.
love them, man.
Because
So
yeah,
yes,
and I think it's a lot to do with the fact that one, it stands you apart, but to go into a shop where there's not a couple of tobacconists, not just retail people, the
hmm
ability to kind of have some knowledge around why a boutique cigar may or may not be better than any other cigar.
hmm
Without that, I agree with you. Cigar Clowns is a brand that needs to be displayed, shown, and talked about because you're not getting the 60s plus picking up a Cigar Clowns band. You're not. And that's not to say that
correct,
that doesn't happen, but
correct,
more likely than not, it's probably 40 and below.
correct. Yeah, our wheelhouse is at 20, 21 to 40-year-old smoker. You know, People who like different cigars. That market segment, they're not big box buyers. They want to buy 5 packs, or they'll buy 10 pack boxes. But they're not buying 24, 25 count boxes and holding on to them. They want to try something new. Whatever's new on the market, they want to smoke. That's kind of in our wheelhouse that we see from our fan base. Um, you know, it, it's a great market to be in, but you have to be quick. You have to react quick. And for us, we're in this transition mode, right, where we're trying to become a household name with a product line on the shelf and still do these limited releases. So it's kind of a balancing act for us right now. Yeah, the clowns are in Arizona right now.
I was going to
We
say,
are.
I thought you
We are.
guys were, but you got
Yeah.
somebody out here willing to rep your brand in Arizona.
Let's go. Give me a call, man. Give me a call. Hit me up on the Instagram, Cigar Clowns Joe. I'll set up a call with you. We are looking for the Southeast for a good rep in the Southeast, man. We're looking for somebody in Texas, and we believe it or not, we need a rep in New Jersey, our home state. So
What, you too
we have,
busy?
you know what? So I can't. What I so the Cigar Clowns is my passion, right? I love the Cigar Clowns, but my day to day is I make cemetery monuments, right? That's what I do for a
Mm-hmm.
living.
Mm-hmm.
I work with granite. I love it, but I love cigars. I got a cigar in my mouth at all times. Um, I, there's no better business than the cigar business, and not monetarily, right? Because the way to
Definitely not.
yeah, the way to make $1 million in the cigar business is to lose like 5 million. Yeah, or start with two, but when you you have this product, right? You have this leaf, and you can go into a cigar lounge anywhere in the country and sit down and smoke a cigar and have a conversation with anybody. Somebody you'd walk by in the street, not say hello to them, not even give them a second look, but in a cigar lounge, you want to know about their life. If they're a doctor, if they're a plumber, if they're down on their luck, or they're riding high, one of their kids got married. There's nothing better than a cigar, and nothing better than being in a cigar lounge. The cigar lounge is the key to our industry, and that's me.
That's his Instagram. Mike,
Oh yeah,
Matt asked about it, so that's his
yeah,
Instagram.
Cigar Clowns Joe at Cigar Clowns Joe. But yes, yeah, I don't know what I was saying. I was getting long winded. Sorry, I do that from
No,
time
no,
to time.
you were talking about how much you enjoy cigars,
Yeah,
and even
I
though
love it.
you're working at another place, it's kind
Hmm.
of like you turned your hobby into a job, or not. You turned your hobby and passion into something that actually makes you guys money.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We'll see about the money.
well,
It's
something that at
it's a
least pays for itself a little bit.
yes, yeah, yeah. So right, we're operating in the black, which is great. We're not losing money anymore. We figured out a lot of different things. Hey, listen, it's very hard. This is an industry that's very hard to learn, and when some of the old guys that took us under their wing gave us a lot of good lessons, man, you know. And then there was some people took advantage of us. So it's business, right?
No,
Some of the
absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm,
I want to touch on Paul here real
mhm,
quick. So, Paul, you make an interesting point here. Let me see if I can
mhm.
make this fit. So,
Yeah, I can't.
you're
I could say I
not
don't fit our demographic.
you're not your demographic, because my
Hmm.
guess is he's what out of the age group that we talked about. He's willing to try new
Hmm.
stick and buy boxes. His thing is I like the better price, but I doesn't want to run out. So
Hmm.
kind of assuming by what you said, Paul, is you like boutiques, but your fear is liking something that's gone. And that
Yes.
was very much Clown's original process to coming in, which was the initial 300 box drop, 100,
Hmm.
200, 400 box drop. But now they're here to stay with brands that are actually on shelves at many locations. So in
That is
this
correct.
case, they do not fall in the gonna run out category. Now, I will tell you, if you find the rare ones, well, you just fucked yourself because you're probably not going to find them again. So those are going to run out. But if you like the rare ones, you're going to love their everyday stuff because it's the
That
same quality. It's not lesser by any means.
thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that 100%. And yes, I do understand what Paul's saying about boutiques. we make sure that our core line, we can make indefinitely. We have enough tobacco. Our tobacco source is strong. The places we make our cigars, they're not going out of business anytime soon. We're not using any fly-by-nights, and that's it. Boom, let's go.
JJ over there. Oh,
JJ.
by the way, everybody, I'm sweetening the pot tonight.
Oh, let's go.
I also need shirt sizes. Okay.
Oh.
Yes, I have shirts. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I've not bought shirts for 4 years, and I think I actually potentially have them here. Let me see. But anyways, please go back to continuing to answer the boutique
Yeah,
question.
yeah. So and a lot of boutiques, I understand it. They have to change manufacturing. They have to change their sources of tobacco. We're past that stage. We're settled in. We're in the true tried fashion of growth right now with the industry. We have great partners. We're able to source our tobacco with the best farms in the world. Um, we have and that's it. We're going mainstream. We are mainstream at this point. So you're not going. The only time we will pull a brand, one of our brands off the shelf, is there's something wrong with it, and that happened about a year ago. We couldn't source one particular tobacco, which was the broadleaf on our one of our cigars. So we had to take it off the shelf temporarily. It sucks. It was our number one seller, but hey, it happens. Um, but everything else is going smooth right now, unless there's a major disaster in Nicaragua or Dominican Republic. We should be good for a long time.
Now, I don't think the AJ affects you at all, right? What happened with AJ?
AJ doesn't
I didn't
affect
think
us.
so.
And we love AJ. AJ helped us out in the beginning. A lot of props to him. Hopefully, they'll have a speedy recovery. It looks like they did tremendous work already in a couple of days. Anybody who has their pulse, their finger on the pulse of the industry is AJ. He'll get it done. He'll get it back. He'll get it going like 10 times better than he did before. You know what I mean? They're very inventive over there. They know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
AJ's got a very well-run, oiled machine down there. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Joe, I actually need you and Ray's sizes as well. But this is it.
Oh,
This is it. I went with a greener
let's go.
one because everybody does white, black, and red. I wanted to do something a little different. So
I
if you
like it. I
want a
like it.
prize tonight, you're getting a shirt. Okay. So if you won a prize tonight, you're getting a shirt included. So when you send me your address, please include your shirt size, and this stuff will be coming out to you. The shirt should be here in about a week or so. They're a little on the back order side, but everybody winning a prize tonight will be winning a shirt as well included. Shirts might come separate depending if I want to get the stuff out quicker, but however, so again, if you send me your information and no shirt size, I'm going to ask you for your shirt size. So just go ahead, make it really easy on both of us, and just send it all to me at the same time. So, but
Shirt too.
yeah,
Can't wait to
right.
rock that.
I know,
Can't wait to
right?
rock that.
I'm
Let's
pretty
go.
excited. I'm pretty excited. We'll see how they look and how they come out and everything like that.
They look good to
And
me.
I'm pretty excited for them. I kind of chose a different color. I'm much
Like it.
more into like the military style coloring. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but let's see here. Um, you have a question here about Lanceros. Now, you have Lanceros, but at this
Mm-hmm.
point in time, they're in your rare bucket.
They're in our rare. So the last Lancero we made was Goldie Grace. The Goldie Grace project started off as a Lancero project. But here in the States, I love Lanceros, and I know there's a lot of cigar enthusiasts like myself, and probably the person who asked about the Lanceros that are enthusiasts. But the problem is that we're far and few between. Lanceros in the United States is not a big seller. So when we made the Goldie Grace, we had to make a decision that we only made a limited amount of Lanceros. I think there was only 1,000 Lanceros that we made. So there are no. That's it. And the other two Lanceros we made were they were both San Andreas. That was from the three ring circus, which is going back like 4 years or 5 years ago.
You did make a box press Lancero, which you were so gracious and kind enough to send me one. That was amazing. Which one was that?
That was the part of the 3 ring circus. Was it the red band or the purple band?
Red band.
Red band. So yeah, so that was the Clowncero.
Yeah, that's right. Because that was the one that Danny was like, all right, that was the only Lancero I gave a drool bucket rating on.
That's correct.
Yes,
Danny doesn't like Lanceros.
No, he doesn't. Right. No, he doesn't. He calls them trash Ceros.
Trash Ceros. We love Danny.
I love him the best, personally. Danny's okay. He's tolerable. No, seriously, I love Danny.
Great guy.
I love Danny. So, are we gonna get a Candela from you guys, or you guys? He did a
so
Candela.
According to Ray, we'll never get a Candela. So, but you know,
so yeah, we'll get a Candela. I might sneak.
Right? So I've been working on a Candela. I will sneak one in. I will see. So my grandfather, he used to smoke Candelas, man. You know, back in the day, you know, that's what they smoked was Candelas, like Lancero type Candelas. Like, you know, that was the cigars back in the day. So, you know, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get one. We're gonna get one in.
And it's got to be a creative name for it too. But let's see. As I said, because of my show, yes, you've been looking for Lanceros. I turned another one on. Pretty soon we're gonna take over because I'm the MFer that actually buys boxes. So, oh my gosh, I am when I say I'm a Lancero guy, like I'm legitimately a Lancero guy. I love them very much. Yes, Archie Bunker.
So I'm gonna send for your birthday. I'm gonna send you one of my personal Goldie Grace Lanceros. There's not many in existence left. I have like 3 left, so I will send you one. Need a taste tester, Joe. So Richie, so Richie, I don't know if you remember, like, I don't know, or maybe you're just learning about our brand, but we used to do something on Tuesday nights called Taste Test Tuesday, when we used to invite friends of ours and fans of ours onto. We did a YouTube show, and we used to test our blends. Oh, what do you got there, sir?
Something that Richard sent me. I have been saving it for tonight.
Let's go. Salute.
So continue. Salute.
Yeah, man. So we used to do this thing called Taste Test Tuesday, and we would go through the blends with fans, palates that we trusted. You know, guys like Boston Jimmy were on there, Dan 505, Joe, Evil Empire. You know, we had a lot of great palates on there, and we go through the cigars and get honest feedback right away. So Taste Test Tuesday, man, might come back.
Well, I can tell you, Richard would be a good source. He does a lot with Micallef. He's got a really good palate. He's got a lot of knowledge as far as being in the industry and everything like that. So
that's good.
Taste Test Tuesday would be a lot of fun to bring back. Now, did you charge for that? Was it like a? So okay, how about something like this then? Because I think you guys probably could pull it off. Do like, I don't know, $20 a month, and you can send out like 3 cigars for a monthly taste test. And you can do like a monthly herf, have everybody smoke a certain one live, and then come with notes for the other 2, and have them be blind, no rap, no information on them, just a legitimate. I liked it. I didn't like it.
I love that idea, Ryan. Well, and I want to work on that with you to get it done at least one time, and then see if we can make it work.
I think we can make that work. The only thing I would think of would be the shipping side of it. We wouldn't want it to be like a cigar of the month club.
Correct.
Which is why I don't think you should send out 5. Plus 5's too much.
I would say 3 cigars, and the only thing we would need to do is cover the shipping. We can, you know, do a lottery of who gets in for the month, and just to cover the shipping.
Yep.
turning people into clown smokers. That's it. One day at a
Yep.
time.
At the
That's
6
it.
month mark, you're automatically in, and then it's a
Mm-hmm.
rotation for everybody less than 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
At the 1 year mark, you're automatically in, like stuff like that. Then you could actually like build that data and information coming in.
Yeah.
As far as the Candela, Cody's got an
Mm-hmm.
idea. Call it the circus ground. I don't.
So I don't think we're gonna use anything circus. Friend of ours has a company called Circus Cigars right now, so we don't want to.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know what I mean? But
Okay.
we'll stick to the clowns. But yes, I do. Maybe maybe like a clown car or something like that. Something like that we can use for
So
for the
David,
cigar army.
I have a 4X is the biggest I
Hmm.
have. I only have one. I have three 4Xs already taken. I have one 4X left. So let's see. Next question here is, Joe, how do you guys come up with your well, let me ask the question differently. Not only how do you come up with your names, but what's first, the blend or the name?
So that's also a great question. So sometimes we've had names ready to go, and then sometimes the blend speaks to us and gives us the name or the cigar, the look of the cigar. Is it going to be a girl? Is it going to be is it feminine? Is it you know? We even let my friend Mike uh, name a cigar, the 5150. The artwork on that cigar was a tattoo he has on the back of his head. He's a big motorcycle guy. He has a big old tattoo on the back of his head of a clown riding a Harley Davidson off in the sunset. I begged him for years to use that image on a cigar, and he let us as long as he named the cigar. He named it the 5150, and so yeah, man, that's naming cigars is fun because we can go in so many different directions.
So
With the clowns.
what has been your favorite name? And then what has been a cigar that you've just loved the name, and it might be the same name, so much you wanted to bring back based on name alone? Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
so
it's gone.
that cigar to me is the crinkles, right? So the crinkles cigar was in our early stages. It was a I think a 7 by 54 or 52 box press Maduro looking cigar. It was this big long stick, man. It was like, oh my god, this cigar! I can't wait to. Cigar was like tasted like chocolate and berries, and the flavor profile was just so sweet. It was unbelievable. It was like it was San Andreas. It was just unbelievable, and it was like this is a breakfast cigar. So we did our research. Breakfast. Well, in the early days of TV, there was this clown called Crinkles the Clown, and he used to sell cereal and he was a scary looking clown with all these
They
kids
all
eating
are. They
cereal
all
in the
are.
morning. Yeah, so that was like I love the crinkle cigar, man, and that was a cigar when before we were bootlegging cigars back then, man. Like we weren't a company. This is like long time ago, long time ago, and yeah, man. So we had different versions of the bands if you got it at an event because we used to do dinner parties, like, hey, come to this place, have dinner, we get 3 cigars. We used to do golf outings. We still do golf outings. I still have summertime, early fall gets busy for us with all the cigar outings that we do. We provide cigars for. So, that's fun stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You guys have just had so many great blends come and go that it's almost kind of like, what's keeping you? Is
We're
it?
bringing them back. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, we're
that's what I
bringing them
mean.
back.
Yeah, but so you
Yeah.
guys are going to systematically go back through. So how then?
Yes.
So as you answer this next question, because this is going to be a question that everybody is literally going to ask you. Everybody, type in the name clowns. We're going to be giving away 5 more prizes after Joe answers this question and we get everything coming in. Hold on before you do. Let me reset the draw. Draw has been reset. Go ahead and type in the word clowns in your box, and you guys will be entered in for the next 5 giveaways that we are doing. So again, just the word clowns with an S, and there we go. So, Joe, how are you guys? The number one thing about even changing a fucking label is you change the blend. The label's different. The letters
Yeah,
are different. The blend is
yeah.
completely. I'm telling you, you're a liar. It's different. So how are you guys gonna bring back some of my guess is your oldies and goodies and righteous favorites and bestsellers and convince everybody that they're the same?
So and it's great because a lot of these cigars are like 5 years old, right? So the
Hmm.
ones you're smoking will have different age on the fresher ones, obviously. So everybody, I hope everybody here knows that when you age a cigar, especially when you're aging it in the humidity that you like, it's going to keep on marrying and it's going to get to that sweet spot where you like it. It might be 18 months additional or 2 years. But when you got a cigar 5 years and you smoke one that's been produced 90 days or 120 days ago, there's gonna be a difference on it. So, but I can assure you that we have the ratios right, and we have the tobacco coming from the same farms, and we have the same people blending them, bunching them, and putting them together. Yes, the bands will be different. You know, you won't see our old school bands on them anymore. Now we use more. We use regular bands that are embossed and made by real companies. We're not printing
They've
them,
churched it up
and
a bit.
yeah, we're not printing them anymore. So yeah, man. So yes, I can assure you that through reverse engineering, we're making sure the product is the exact same that it came out when it did. Uh, you know, that being said, for a small company, for us, like the Rodeo Clown, we age for 9 months before it hits the market. So it's very, it's for a small company, it's hard to have money in Nicaragua just sitting on a shelf and not, what we want to do is get all these cigars to the market, but we can't because we want them to marry a certain way. So when you open that cigar in your shop, it's perfect to smoke. We don't want you to go buy a cigar and have to throw it in your humidor for 6 months for it to finish marrying and aging. When we give you a cigar, it's ready to smoke.
And see,
So
that's kind of where I feel the way you guys came in is actually helping you guys not only in understanding of the quality that you guys release, but in just your own methods because you guys only released when you wanted to. There was no rush. And now you guys have stuff on shelves, but you guys learned to wait.
we're cigar consumers, man. We love cigars, right? When new cigars drop, we're online with the rest of you guys getting cigars, trying to source, limited drops. And I'm a soccer fan, so I'm always, he's like a crack dealer. You know what I mean?
I can't.
So he,
Every time he releases something, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking
yeah,
buy it. I'm not gonna fucking
yeah.
buy
I'm
it. And then I'm
I'm the
like,
same way. I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm the same way,
you
man.
know,
So it's rough, man. It's rough being a cigar lover, right? But so we're in the game, man, and there's a lot of small brands I support every time they make a drop. If they're however they're selling it, we'll buy it. They're selling in one shop, we'll make sure we get it. Um, so yeah, there's that's the key, right? That's the key is to love cigars, and that's gonna give us the best product.
absolutely. And Brent asks after this question, we'll do the drawing. I just didn't want to have it be
Mhm.
overlooked. How do your cigars age?
So so far, our cigars are aging unbelievable. We have about 5 years. This cigar I'm smoking is like a gem right now. But again, it's how you age them, right? Are you keeping them in the humidity? Are they being controlled right? You can have a 10-year-old cigar that's like crap, or you can have a 10-year-old cigar that's unbelievable. It won't be as strong as when from 10 years ago, but it all depends on how you keep them. It
No,
depends how you
absolutely.
keep it on the aging. So I can't. I know how I age my cigars, and I'm pretty sure how Ryan ages his cigars. But other than that, I don't know. I don't
Listen,
know. I don't want to sound like a jerk.
my cigars are bought. So Travis Pappenheim, I don't
Hmm.
know if you know who he is, but he used to be the Altadis information guru, training guru. And I was on the phone with him one time, and somebody gave me an original Padron 80th. I mean, this wrapper is like scotch. All right. And a good buddy gave it to me, and I was telling him about it. I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to smoke it. He goes, "What happens if you die tomorrow?" And I'm like, well, then I wouldn't have smoked it. He goes, "Well, then it would have been a waste for him to give it to you, wouldn't it?" He goes, "Don't sit on cigars and smoke. Just smoke them." He goes, "They're not. You don't buy them. You don't buy a case of beer and sit on it for 8 months so it ages. You bought the beer by the sell-by date because that's when they think it's best." He goes, "If it's a good company, they're not putting it on the shelf when they want you to age it. They've already aged it." So I've taken that full force. I smoke everything I fucking have. I age nothing. If something's aged, it's because I forgot about it.
That's the best. You throw it in the back of the humidor. I have to do that. I have to rotate my humidor so I forget about cigars and then circle back. You
Yeah.
know.
No, no, absolutely, absolutely. So,
Hmm.
all right, we've got the next 5 giveaways. We're gonna do a Espanola Corojo up first. Again, you can win multiple times, everybody. It's not just a one and done. So, next up, we've got Amanda. Amanda coming in strong
Damn.
tonight.
Damn.
Amanda coming in strong. I happen to know Brent's going to be very happy with all these wins that you're getting, Amanda, because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Brent told me that you guys were together. Correct me if I'm wrong in that, please, in the chat. But next up, we have Tony for the 5-pack Gran Habano hat. And or not 5-pack, but their sampler pack, as well as that silicone ashtray. So
Nice.
let me write that down, Tony. All right. Trust me, I want you guys to win as many as you can because it's much cheaper to ship it to one person than individual.
That's great.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
You know.
So, all right. Next up, we're going to do one of the La Aurora. Brand new. I forgot what they're releasing at PCA, but that's what it is. We have Chris, cigar enthusiast.
Nice.
Fantastic. I assume you know who he is, right?
I
Because
do
he
know
was he
Chris.
was talking mad
Chris,
shit about you naked in a mirror on the chat here.
I'm sure he was. I'm sure he
Yeah, he
was.
actually. So since you
Chris is
know him,
Chris is one of my reps.
oh,
Chris is
okay,
one of my
cool.
reps
So
in the Connecticut area.
so
We call him the
Chris,
STEM King.
Chris, this comment's gonna get you called in front of HR right now. Joe, we got to do something about this. He said he goes, you got the name Crinkle by looking in the mirror naked.
That
Hence the name
happens. It
Crinkle.
happens. It happens.
I'm glad you
It
know him
happens.
because I didn't want to
That's
post it
it.
because I wasn't
No,
sure.
I post it. Post it. I said these guys know me. I don't give a listen. I got thick skin, man. I got thick skin, a hard head. I don't give a fuck. I can take it and I can give it. But Chris, let me just tell you something about Chris. Chris is the only guy you'll ever meet in your life that will get a plug cigar, no matter if the cigar was unpluggable, he will get the plug cigar. We call him the stem king. He has this. He made a tool to pull out stems. He don't pull out stems. He pulls out tree branches. Like I'm telling you, man, Chris, I love you to death. And anybody who knows Chris understands what I'm saying. He is just Chris. What's wrong? You see him digging at a cigar, and he pops up, and it's like a maple leaf. Like, what the hell is in your cigar, man? You know.
Yeah, no. And sometimes, man, you pull out trees where you're like, really,
Hmm.
this was left in there. Like
Dude.
I'm supposed to believe that you meant to have this in there.
Yeah, yeah. That
Okay.
Chris makes sure he gets all those cigars. So it's great for us for quality control. Because if we send Chris a cigar, he doesn't have any stems in it, then we're good. We know there's no stems at all. I might make a cigar just full of stems for him to ask him to try it out, and knot them together. Who loves you, baby? I love you too, Chris. I love you. Let's go.
Yeah, yes, I was right about that. So
Mhm.
Brent's double dipping tonight. Brent's got Amanda in here winning away, but you
Oh,
know what though? I'm liking the fact that Amanda's winning more than Brent. I don't
let's
know
go.
why, but I like that. I like that. And Brent, you better. I'm gonna make sure that you ask Amanda for these before you just go think you can go taking them now. So I got your back, Amanda. You let me know if we need to straighten Brent out. Next winner here is gonna be
Want to win a
for
chicken dinner?
the mug and beanie from Dunbarton. We've got Tony again.
Tony, killing it, killing it
Right?
tonight.
Tony again. Woo! All right, remember everybody that wins, please send me your shirt size. It doesn't matter how many times you win, it's one shirt per box.
I
So,
think I think they should also send you a video singing "Happy Birthday" to you.
oh,
I
oh,
think I think to
you
get the
know
shirt, they
what?
should send you a
You know
quick
what?
video.
We're going to do that. In order for you guys to get the shirt after you win, I need a FaceTime video that I can post online that says you singing happy birthday.
I
You
like that.
singing happy birthday. So if you want the shirt, okay, we need to get you a singing happy birthday that we can post. So keep it clean. Well, I don't fucking care. Say whatever you want, but know that we will post it. I'll still probably give you a shirt if you don't, but it would be much appreciated if you did because
It's
maybe
a,
maybe we'll have Joe pick out the best one and do something special for that too.
hmm
So
We could do that.
maybe there's an underwritten price here that nobody's going to know about, including myself. And I just threw Joe under the bus for it. And he agreed. So
I'll give a 10 pack away of Goldie Grace.
awesome, awesome. So the first
Let's
person, so
go.
if you win tonight, you get a bonus entry for Joe to pick out the best birthday singing that you can do, and just send me the video, send it to me on DM or tag me and the clowns and the show, and we'll give you guys a week, so you'll have until next Thursday, and Joe will announce the winner, and we'll go from
I'll do
there.
it. I'll do it live in Disney World.
There you
I'll be in
go.
Disney World next Thursday, and we'll do it. We'll do it live.
Perfect. So we'll do it live in Disney World before next week's show starts. So
hmm
whoever's there will be there. So yes. Okay. Oh well, I'd say give you the shirt first, but I kind of want to see the. I don't know when I get the shirts. I think they're going to be about a week away from now. So we're going to stick with it with this. Joe announces the winner at Disney World before next week's show. If you win tonight, you get a bonus potential win for not me to draw. It's specifically for Joe to pick the winner for,
hmm
what was it again, Joe?
For a 10 pack of Goldie Grace.
10, a box
A
of
box of
Goldie
Goldie Grace.
Grace.
Let's
All
go.
right. So
Let's go.
again, don't forget, because you won't be entered to win. That's the only way. I need to be sung to. My ears need to hear the beautiful music of voices. We're gonna go ahead and do a Micallef mug and 5-pack as well. So let's see here. Who do we got? Marshall. Marshall. This guy Marshall wins just about every show. I do a giveaway for multiple things.
He's got the algorithm
Marshall's got it
down.
down. Marshall's got it down, man. I don't understand it, but I feel like I'm always shipping him stuff. So fantastic. Let's see. All right. So yes, okay, Cody, you can sing it to my face, but it's not gonna win because I'm not choosing the winner. Joe is choosing the winner and
You you
announcing
can
it at
record.
Disney.
You can record it while he's singing it to your face, and that's a good video. That might be a winner. Now, if he's wearing a clown, clown wig, gives him extra bonus points. Just saying.
But Cody's the only one that has that kind of access to me, so it's not fair.
That's true. That is true.
All right, here we go, Brent. I'm not. She lords over them. Of course, she should. Amanda, you protect those cigars. Let's see. You may have a face for radio. I have a voice for paper. Come on, Brent. I want it. I want it, buddy. I want it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I'll do the video too. Fantastic. You're welcome, Marshall. Wear the clown suit, clown mask. Now, a clown mask, that might get Joe some extra points, but it's gonna probably be more based on voice.
Why don't we open it up? I'll give away another 5-pack of. I'll do a sampler pack of our current selection to anybody who doesn't win, and send you a video of happy birthday.
So what was it? Say that again. How do you?
I'll give away another 5-pack. It'll be a sampler pack of our current selection. To anybody who sends you a happy birthday video within the next week.
So not just one 5-pack.
Not just one.
10 people send me a happy birthday video. 10 5-packs go out.
No. We'll pick one. We'll pick one of those. The non-winners tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you're a non-winner, you have the ability to get a 5-pack if you sing me a happy birthday. If you're a winner, you have the ability for the box if you sing me happy birthday.
Correct.
Oh my gosh, fair. Guys! I think that's fair. Are you serious? Like, this is amazing. This is awesome. I was gonna say, because if it was the other way around, I'm getting about 100 birthday messages, and you're gonna be saying 5. That's why I wanted to clarify.
I'm glad we clarified. We're a small company.
All right. Next, we're gonna do the rodeo sign.
That's the rodeo sign right behind me.
So let me write this down. Song, none winner.
Little rodeo canvas art right there. Looks great on the wall. Looks great on the wall.
So where is it?
Oh, it's right here. Hold on. Right behind me.
Oh, we're getting it out of his personal collection, everybody.
Sure.
He's busting into the collection vault for my 40th birthday.
That's right.
All right, everybody. I'm going to have to go off camera and wipe the face a minute. All right. So who do we've got? JJ Jambalaya. You know, how fitting is it? He just bought 2 5-packs off Smoking.
That's it. My man. I hopefully got a rodeo 5-pack. If not, you better go back on and get a rodeo.
I was going to say, if not, he's probably going to go back on and buy one. So awesome. You know, this is awesome. Thank you, guys. I wonder if Ray's going to jump on.
You know, he had a death in the family, and he has his kids with him. So he has to go to a funeral tomorrow. I know he's trying to jump on. He texted me before, but unfortunately, life happens. Right?
No, absolutely. If he can't come on, we're having a lot of fun. So there's signed signs. Are you willing to sign your signs?
Sure. Who wants my autograph? But I'll put it on there. You know.
There you go.
I'll sign them.
So we'll get those signs signed.
If you want, I could sign the other guy's names too.
Well, hey, the president lived on auto pen, so why not just have you sign? So awesome. So this is great, guys. I can't even keep up with the comments here, Brent, I'll be honest with you, man. I cannot be generous enough to everybody that watches this show. Everybody that supports this show. This is my first year in 4 years where I am able to actually give back a lot this year. And I've got more coming up this year with other fun stuff I'm going to be doing. So this is my give back year, and my big thank you to this show was never supposed to last 4 years. This show was supposed to maybe last COVID. I had my mom and dad watching it with my first 2 views. And now it's taken off into a mind of its own, and I love how organically it's grown. It's grown like very much like Cigar Clowns has grown organically, in that sense of the viewership has made this show stay on the air. You know, if nobody was watching at this point I probably wouldn't be doing it. But if I miss a Thursday, I've got about 10 people that text me, "Are you okay? You're ruining my Thursday night.
Hey man,
So
tune in. Must see TV,
so
right?
yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. It really has been, and I'm so grateful to everybody watching tonight, and I'm so unbelievably happy to be able to kind of give back to this community that truly has given me so much, from an iPad to this to viewerships to being able to offer these amazing cigars to people and introduce them to people like the clowns. I don't know that I would have known the Cigar Clowns, to be honest with you, because when I started the show they were still very boutique. Danny introduced me to them, and be able to watch them grow. This is why I tell you guys, you got to buy multiple boxes. If you're going to buy a box and you actually want to age, don't buy a box and take half of it and age it. If you really want to age it, buy a box, leave it sealed in your humidor and
Mm-hmm.
forget about it. So that's why I do encourage to buy multiple boxes, cuz smoke 10 of them so your palate knows that cigar. And then a year from now smoke one, a year from then smoke another, and then you can actually kind of judge, oh my gosh, at 5 years this thing was incredible, and maybe you stop aging and you smoke them all that year. So this is why, if you're going to buy one box, you should really buy two.
So I'll tell you, I have my last two Mason Dixon. You know those cigars are from 2015. The North and the South. They're 10 years old. Those cigars. I have two. I have one of each left. I'm gonna smoke it this year. I love that cigar, man. And like you said, bought a box of them and smoked through them over the years, and now 10 years later, that's it. It's gonna go out like a champ, man. There's nothing better than that.
No, there's not. And especially if you really love it,
Hmm.
definitely let it age.
Yeah.
Definitely let it sit. I mean, there's cigars in here in my humidor I've had for 3 years that I just found. I completely forgot about little singles. It's not like I had boxes of them, but just singles of stuff. That's always fun to do. And that's kind of the fun of the boutique world that you lived in for so long. Is so much of your stuff was collector. You pitched it, sold it, promoted it as collector. So, like, what are you seeing now versus box? Obviously you didn't do 5 packs before, or you did, but they were
Hmm.
specifically all 5 pack, or they were specifically
Correct.
all boxes. They weren't
Correct.
going by a single. So how
Mhm.
are your numbers different with boxes, 5 packs versus singles? If you don't mind me asking, does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So a lot of our shops, we have very few shops that do a lot of box sales. I mean, Smoke Inn's one of them. I have this place in it's called C&T Cigars in Philadelphia. They sell a ton of boxes, man. Their customers just come in and buy boxes. But most shops sell 5 packs. A lot of the online places they sell 5 packs. And the stores sell them, one at a time, but they go through the boxes. Who grabs three? Who grabs four? Um, so for us to say we're still small, where I can't tell you. I know just a few stores that stick out the top of my head that constantly getting like 50 boxes a month. That's a lot of cigars, man.
For you
You know,
guys,
yeah, for us
yeah,
that's a lot.
like
That's a lot.
that's a ton. So when you
Yeah.
guys are seeing 50, like, put it this way, let me ask you. So when you
We
think back,
panic.
think think back years ago when you first started,
Mhm.
which was 2001,
It was 2020, we'll say. It was a real
2000,
stuff. It was really
more like
2018.
2009. Oh, okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's like
say around
2018,
2019.
but it
Yeah.
was, yeah, 2018. We did a cigar for our friends. We were in the backyard hanging out. 2019, but 2020 we really got into it,
So you guys
and
were
that's
bootleggers before 2020. So,
you know, humble
um,
beginnings, humble beginnings.
as you're coming into 2020, think back. What was the first cigar you guys released, and how quickly did it go bye bye?
So the first cigar we released sold out in. We released it on company based out of Florida. It was another company, and we sold out within like 3 days. And it
How
was like
many?
I think it was 750 cigars. And man, we were living on cloud
10 count
nine.
boxes or 5 count?
Five counts.
That's a fuck ton of 5 packs.
Yeah, but we were on cloud nine, man. Because we were calling all our friends and family like, "Hey, we're in a shop. You always support us. You gotta buy it through the shop." And yeah, it took 3 days. We sold out, man. It was like, let's go. We have something here. And then from there it just snowballed, man. Snowballed. We did the three ring circus. One of the cigars sold out within an hour. Another the three ring circus. We actually crashed the guy's credit card machine. The credit card company stopped him from doing sales, and it was a small mom and pop in Jersey. And to get the cigars, you had to call them, so his phones were ringing off the hook, and he was just writing down credit card numbers, and it was the same sale. It was like whatever it was. Just say it was like $69, including the shipping. It was like 69.92, whatever it was, and put the thing, and they stopped his credit card machine. Took them like 6 hours to get that fixed. We took down a couple of websites in our infancy as well.
What was
One
your
was a pretty
fastest
big.
sellout?
Our fastest sellout. I think it was the three ring circus. It was like an hour and change at OGT.
Now, were you surprised, or were you kind of like you knew you had something good, it just had to take off?
So I think we were surprised. We knew our product was really good. We knew our marketing, like we have like a real niche on that. But yes, we were very surprised on how well we did, on how well people took to us. And I think that has to do with we're very responsive to our customers. We're easy to get a hold of. I mean, cigars, they're made by hand, so sometimes you get a fucked up cigar, and if you reach out to us on our email or on our Instagram or something, we're gonna get that replaced right away. Not too many big companies do that. Oh, go to the store. Maybe it was the store's fault or whatever. Nope, we don't want any bad fucking things. We're
Passing the
just,
buck.
yep,
It's
we're just
easier.
getting.
It's easier for you to give something new than it is for you to fight with something.
Hmm.
So we actually have two questions here. One from Marshall here. With your core brand growing, like mentioned earlier, will the cigar counts keep up with the current model of one size per cigar, or will there be line extensions?
So there is line extensions. The Geppetto is our first line extension. Geppetto now has two sizes, which is a 6x54, which was our what we came to market with, and now we have a 6x50. And
Are
we
both
are
available?
both are available.
Okay, because
Both are
smoking only
available.
has the 6x50.
Yeah, smoking. I think they might only have the 6x50 right now. I got to talk to Abe. Um, he might have 6x54s in the shop, but maybe just not online.
Okay, maybe
But
I
yes,
looked wrong.
that's okay. But yes, they are available. And we're also working on a smaller Vitola of the Geppetto as well, 5.5 by 48. We like that size. That's a good size for us. Yes, and we're trying to size up the King of Clowns. We've been working on it to make it a 58 ring gauge, because the King of Clowns smokes well as a bigger, fatter cigar, a bigger ring. Yeah, so we're working on everything. The problem is it comes down to when we introduce a new size, we have to introduce a new box. You know, when we buy our boxes, we're buying tens of thousands of boxes at a time for it to make sense. Uh, so everything we're doing everything slow and steady, right? We want to make sure we bring out everything the right way. We don't want to rush anything. It just takes time. It just takes time
And see,
for those
that's
projects.
one of the things I've always loved with Danny giving me the Cigar Clown stuff. You guys aren't afraid to say no, not yet. And
Yeah.
and like other small brands, that's a big fucking deal because a lot of small brands will go, yes, right now, because I need the fucking money. And you
Yeah.
guys would rather take the financial hit to release it when it's perfect than to release it just to release it, knowing that it could damage.
Yeah, that Ryan, you hit it right on the head, man. And a lot of small companies don't realize if you screw up one time, you lost their trust.
Oh, big
Right
time.
now, big companies, whatever. Oh, you get something fucked up. It's just that one. No big deal. They're around the ages. Small companies like, oh man, Cigar Clowns. That cigar was plugged, or the box looked like crap. I'm not. They're jokes or whatever it is. No, we want everything to be perfect, man. We want everything to be perfect. We even got the right machine to shrink wrap everything with the Bovida in there, and we're just like the big boys, man. We have a lot of good people in our corner giving us a lot of good information and how to succeed in the long term.
And that's
So and
really
yeah,
the key there is knowing your product, knowing what your expectations are, and being unwilling to bend.
that's right.
It's so easy to get it's hard to get a client. It's much easier to lose one.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's very
Next
easy to
question he have here from Tony is any plans? Now I have an idea for this. Any plans on you guys throwing in a 20-minute smoke in your portfolio for all of us in the Northeast where you live?
I'm a Northeast guy. We had one. It was part of the three ring circus. I keep on going back to that. It was a short little 3.5 by I don't even know 42 or something like that. Little short smoke, great. Um, but it's for us to manufacture them right now. This doesn't make economical sense for us to get it at the market at a good price. So we're working on that. I love a short smoke. I'm a short smoke guy. My favorite short smoke cigar back in the day was the Norteño, the little Norteño. You remember, like they used to make the little one? Man, that was my favorite freaking cigar.
What
So
about
I was
like a
just,
tiny little like a La Jeunesse, like a 4 by 40 or 44, something, and call it the Tramp, which was the name of it was what they called little people clowns.
yeah, we could do some. We definitely could do something like that. Um, it's just, yeah, we could definitely do something like that. We'll work on that, man. I
It's
definitely.
hard because short
Hmm.
cigars sell good, but
Hmm.
short cigars sell better in bad weather.
Yes, I agree.
And
I agree.
so in Phoenix, you might not sell that short cigar. And you guys are definitely right now trying to build a nationwide portfolio versus a regionally specific portfolio, correct?
Hmm. That's correct. That's correct.
So I'll tell you what, Tony, when the time comes that they're probably really well established with their core stuff and they are where they are, I know Joe and Ray are going to be going for a lot of branch outs and a lot of additions and stuff like that. So,
We
uh,
could do a limited drop. We could do a limited drop, Tony. Let's get if you got a shop that would want to do a limited drop like that, we can make it and make it at a good price for them. That's for sure. For a specific.
so we got Paul over here. I normally buy 10 boxes at a time. I'm gonna smoke them. So why waste them in singles? The 10 doesn't include. Hold on, I wasn't able to speak fast enough.
Mhm.
The 10 doesn't include five. So this is a guy that buys 10 boxes. Tony, you got to buy 10 boxes of. Go to smoking right now, and you could buy
Mhm.
10 boxes. Um, Now, somebody asked earlier about the Festivus. That's a
Mhm.
yearly. That's what would be considered a yearly limited release.
Correct. The Festivus is our yearly limited drop. We only do about 10,000 Festivus every year. They sell out right away. This is the first year we actually had to do allotments to shops. It wasn't just like, hey, how many you want? You can have as many as you want. No, you can only have X amount. You can only have X amount. You can only have X amount. So I know a couple of stores sold out right away with them, and there is a store I believe in South Carolina doesn't have an online presence. I do know for a fact he has a couple of 5 packs but he will not sell online or over the phone. You have to go there. So
If you know someone local,
that's it.
I tell you, you know, one of the great things about having Richard as a friend, if something's local to him, he's got a lot less cigar tax out there than I do in my state. My state's like 50, I think right now it's 54%. So that actually brings me to the next question I wanted to ask you guys. With all of these tariffs going on right now, you guys being a small company, you do get stuff from Nicaragua. Being a small company, how are these tariffs going to potentially affect you guys, and how is it going to affect your pricing?
Well, we're in the wait and see period. So we have cigars that land every 30 days to us. So we're going to see how they actually affect our pricing. If we're able to absorb the pricing on there, we will. I will tell everybody that the tax is on the wholesale cost. It's not on the retail cost. So when retailers are saying the cigars are going to go up 36%, that's not exactly true, you know? So
No.
it's 36% of the wholesale landed cost. So just, you know, they're going to go up, a little bit. Maybe some cigars are going to go up a quarter. Some cigars are going to go up, 15 cents or whatever it is, some might go up, $2, really expensive cigars, I guess. But it's not on the retail price. So it's not this crazy tax that everybody thinks that's coming. Um, and if you're getting stuff from China, which is nobody's getting cigars from China, then you're gonna get screwed, man. It's like 104%, so you're paying double. Plus, I think it might even went up to like 130 something
Or if you're
percent,
getting
whatever it
boxes
is.
from China.
Yeah, we're not getting our boxes from China because I don't, I can't say we can get a product that we can trust. I don't have a partner in China that I could say I can trust. So we make our boxes in Dominican Republic, and we can go to the factory, and we know the people, we know the product, we know the ink that they're using, we know the MDF that they're using. So, we can trust it. A lot of stuff that comes from overseas you can't trust.
Oh yeah, and Mike over at Pastania, well, owner of Pastania, also has a cigar hustlers. Actually, kind of touched on this point, and he said, "Listen, if it's an 18-cent tax on wholesale, and I wholesale something for $1, whoever it's called Keystone. So if I sell
Hmm.
you something for $1, you're gonna sell it for two." Or no, if I buy it for $1, I'm gonna sell it to you for two. You're gonna sell it for four. So the
Hmm.
reality of an 18% tariff on it would be, I now have to buy it for $1.18. I sell it to you
Hmm.
for $2.36. You now sell it for $4.72.
Yeah.
So it adds, in that instance alone, it would add 72 cents to that cigar by the time it was Keystone at a retailer. But we're not talking 72 cents is far from, a 20% overall increase, or a 30% or
Hmm.
36% total overall increase on that. So it's definitely going to hit. But what you're saying is it shouldn't hit too hard on the retail side.
Correct. Everything's gonna go up. And listen, tobacco itself has gone up the last 2 years, right? we are paying we are paying taxes already when we import cigars from Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. There every so many thousand cigars, there's whatever tax. There's more taxes on. Listen, we're in America. We pay taxes. There's taxes on everything. We're
The only
breathing air.
guar-
There's tax on it.
the
Yeah,
only
there's
guarantees
tax.
in life are death and taxes.
Ain't that the
So,
truth?
Kenny, where can you find these in Denver? If you go to Cigar Clowns website, they have a store locator, but you don't have to work that hard. Just jump on smokin.com and you can
Mhm.
buy all of their line stuff that they have, their core stuff that they have. If you want to go searching, well, the world's your oyster for that treasure hunt, but because you will be hunting, and
Colorado is a tough market for us, man.
Colorado's a fucking tough market for
Yeah,
really anything.
yeah. We have one great shop over there, but we just haven't been able to work out a deal with them to get them in. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's in Utah. Sorry. It's in Utah. But yeah, Colorado's another rough market for us. We don't have representation over there as a small brand. And for us to fly out there and go hit shops, hey, that's great. I could sell anybody anything, right? I can get an entry order, but how am I going to help the shop owner and the management sell my cigars, right? We got to be there. Our representation is not just about selling the owner of like here's our starter package, right? It's whatever it is, 5 boxes of this, 3 boxes of that. I'll see you later. Good luck. No, we got to be there in the first 3 months. We got to be there at least 4 times to smoke, shake hands, kiss babies, to do a cut and light event. Pop in, make sure everything's right, make sure the cigars are displayed right. So we form a partnership with our retailers. We're not just because it's not about the first order; it's about repeat orders, and it's about having the clients in their shop buy our cigars, right, and become fans of ours. So
You brought up a good point. Most people. I used to work for DirecTV eons ago, and DirecTV never made money themselves until about 14 to 15 months into a 2-year subscription. That's when they started making money. When you sell cigars to a shop, it costs so much just to get that shop to be a shop for you that it genuinely might take 2 or 3 reorders just for you to start actually making money off that shop. So Colorado's a really hard market. We're very much an Oliva state, but it's only because the person that worked for Oliva at the time, Nick, literally made everybody in Colorado that smokes cigars his best friend. And so it's tough. Colorado requires you to be here a couple of times a quarter
hmm
to stay in
you know,
front of everyone.
what's like that too? Florida.
Oh God, yeah.
Florida is the cigar mecca of the United States, right? It is rough. Do I understand the assignment? I do. I hope I do.
No, he does. He
I
does.
hope,
And
I hope
Florida's
I
really
do.
hard. Texas, I heard, was still pretty.
Texas,
Texas,
yeah, Texas, yeah,
PA, Arizona,
yeah, man,
Florida. Those are the big four
yeah,
for cigars. But Florida is just so saturated.
yeah.
Um, oh my gosh! So
This
Richard's
is my
over there.
fourth trip.
Richard's over there fucking digging. He just found some festival. Cigar
Nice.
Clown Festivus, I assume he's saying.
Festivus, yeah,
Festivus
nice.
online for sale. So
That's great.
Richard's a treasure hunter.
Let's
Um,
go. Let's go.
so all right, we're gonna do our next round of giveaways as we have about 15 minutes left on the show here. We're gonna be doing a lot here. So while you're typing in just the number 40, don't spell it out.
40.
Just type in 40. That will be the drawing for the remainder of the prizes, and we will be drawing a few here and a few there throughout the rest of the show as we're closing up here. So give everybody an opportunity to type in 40 is the number 40.
So Ryan,
Yes.
my 40th birthday was right before COVID, and it was just during the like when they were talking about the Wuhan flu. So I had at the time I just bought this house, and I had a nice birthday party for myself. I had like 60 people come over, and as a joke, I said, let's get Chinese food. I got a shit ton of Chinese food catered, and then we made all different drinks, like Chinese inspired drinks and stuff. And that was like the last party for years, man. And people still talk about it. It was, we were all joking about it, and this and that. We called it a super spreader event because, at the time, it was like nobody knew what the hell was going on, And then like 2 weeks later, the world shut down, man. It was just nuts. We had this shot called the antidote, man, and it tasted like medicine, but it was just we had so much fun. We had so much fun.
Well, I'll tell you what. So while you're answering this question here, so how old are you? You're young. You're still in your 40s, right? You're almost
Just
60
turned
now.
45.
Okay, almost. So Ray is the one that's almost 60, 65, right?
Ray just turned 41.
Okay,
I'm
so
the
you're
old man of the group.
45, Ray's 41.
Danny's like
What was the
40.
most memorable gift you have ever been given for your birthday? Before you
Mhm,
answer,
mhm.
Richard Beard has said he would like to give something away as well. So we're going to add
Nice.
it to that. If you win Richard's gift, you will reach out to Richard or myself to give him your information. So Richard, thank you so much for that.
That's
I'm
awesome,
going
Richard.
to write that down as well. That will be in this round. So, the 45 years on this earth you've had, 45
Mhm.
birthdays. What is the best thing you've ever received? You can't say kid's birth if it was on your
No,
birthday.
no, 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 no. It's simple. It was on my 40th birthday. I was gifted a custom oil painting of an American flag by the artist Scott Lebedo.
Really?
Yeah,
And when you say
yeah.
custom oil painting of yourself?
No, no, of the American flag. I don't know if you know Scott Lebedo. He's he's an artist, an American artist. He lives in Staten Island, and he does all these beautiful flags, American flags. That's what he's known for. And for my 40th birthday, I got a custom, a one of one flag by him on
Wow.
an oil painting. Yeah,
Wow. Is that hanging up in the house or in your
yeah.
playroom?
But no, it was in my living room, and my sons and his friends, they were playing football, and they kind of wrecked it. So it has a nice tear through the side of the canvas right now. I have to get it repaired.
Wow. That is
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I
yeah.
would say the I was so this is the most memorable gift because this was
Mhm.
the I was an absolute moron and paid zero attention during Christmas time. And I was 14 and I got a Dyno VFR. If anybody remembers the Dyno VFR, the racing, jumping BMX style bikes, I must have walked past it for like
Yeah.
30 minutes during opening gifts and my parents were like, "How is my son this blind? How is my
That's
son this
great.
blind?" And then finally my
That.
granddad was like, "Are you going to look at the thing you keep bumping into?"
So, did you have front mags on there?
Oh
And
my gosh, dude, I
yeah,
tricked it out, dude.
that's
I put
great.
the rotators on there.
Yeah,
So I'd always
yeah,
try to
the
like hop a
gears,
curb and
gyros.
spin and I'd biff
Yeah.
it, of course, scrape myself. I was really good at landing on the ground, just not on the bike at the same time.
Do you
Uh,
still have it?
I
Do you still
do.
have
I
it?
do. My
That's
parents still
great.
have it.
That is great. I still have my. I had a red. What was it Red Man? What the hell was it called? I still have that at my parents' house, and I have a Mongoose GT. I got a whole
Oh
bunch of
my
shit there.
gosh,
Yeah,
Mongoose
man.
GT.
Yep.
I wasn't fancy enough to have the full BMX Mongoose. The
Yeah.
dyno was as BMX as I got. I had the 16-inch frame.
The dinos were
Um,
dope, man. They
I
were
loved
dope. The
them.
dinos.
I loved
Yeah,
them. I
man.
loved them. And we got Kenny talking about Kenny aging himself here a little bit. Kenny, he
PS
getting the
One.
PS1 the year it came out. Hey, I had all of them the year they came out.
That's it.
I begged for him. I'm still a gamer. All right,
Oh yeah,
so
that's great.
oh yeah, I will always and forever be a gamer. I don't care what anyone says,
Try.
grow up or what. It's my little time of peace. So let's go ahead and do these remainder of these giveaways. First up, we have the Espanola Connecticut 4 pack, who's going to Cody Carroll. All right. Okay, fantastic. See, I love these little randomized selectors because nobody could ever be upset with me if anybody wins, right? Because I have zero say in any of this. That's why I posted up. It says 21 entries, so everybody knows that's the entries for it. So let's see here. We've got the next one. Brian Lewis gets the 5 pack of La Aurora, the new La Aurora cigars. Give some time for those to come out, Brian. Um, they are shipping to me directly from PCA, so they will take a little bit of time to get here. And some of these guys are going to take a little bit of time to get out to you just because of what's going on right now with PCA and everything like that. And I don't have everything here with me. Next up, we have Smooth Kenny for the Mug and Trucker Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust hat and mug. Let me write that down. Again, if you won tonight, you've got 2 prizes added during this show. If you've won tonight, please send me not only your shirt size. Every winner tonight gets a shirt, so I need your shirt size, as long as I have them available. And then if you won tonight and you sing me happy birthday, you win a box of the Goldie Grace, a 10-pack box of the Goldie Grace. And if you didn't win tonight and you still send me a happy birthday, you get entered in for a 5-pack of, I have it written down here, a sampler box of what they have currently on the shelf. So even if you don't win tonight, send me a happy birthday video, and I have nothing to do with who's going to win. So that makes it super fair. Joe's the one that's going to decide, and I don't know what his criteria is. It's Joe's criteria. It's Joe's party at that time. So he's going to be the one to choose, and he will announce it live from Disney World before next Thursday's show. So when you post the video, tag the show, tag me, and tag Cigar Clowns themselves, and I will make sure Joe sees every single video. All right.
Let's go.
So let's see here. Next up, we have, let's see, Dan Gorillo, who's got the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust mug and beanie. Okay. Next up, we're going to do the giveaway for the mug and 5-pack of Micallef. And the 5-pack of Micallef you're going to get is the A. Gordo. So who is up for that one? Chris! Chris always seems to win something too. So let's see. Chris, I love it though. I love seeing the same people winning because I love the audience that this show has built and the fan base and support that this show has. So I love seeing regulars and new people win all the same. Next up, we're gonna do the exclusive first ever release here after PCA of the Micallef Purple. Whoever wins this will have to wait on this for a little bit because it's got to be after PCA. But Dan will send this out. So whoever wins this will be the first person ever to actually get one pre-release that wasn't at an exclusive event. That will be Cody. Oh, Jesus Christ, Cody. All right, so that's going to be Cody Carroll winning there. Again, I love the fact that I don't really care about people winning multiple times. Like I can't, because it's just everybody wins as much as they want. All right.
People are saying the fix is in the comments. I don't know.
Well, I haven't seen that at all.
I haven't seen it either. I can't see the comments.
I haven't seen it at all. You're throwing shade around, Joe. Because of that, the next winner gets Joe's entire humidor.
Oh,
Joe's like, show's over. Show's over.
That's all right. I keep a humidor that for people that come over my house and don't smoke cigars. Don't worry, I have one of those.
It's full of factory smokes. All right.
That's it. Factory smokes.
Next up, we've got the 5-pack rare from Cigar Clowns. So
that's a good one.
Is this going to be a dealer's choice, or do you already mentally know?
That's a Danny's dealer choice. We have a lot of rare cigars in our disposal. I cannot say which ones they're going to be, but I do know that they're going to be guaranteed bangers. It might be Festivus from a couple of years ago. They might be, you might get an original Cigar Clowns release. You might get a Festivus from, you might get a Lancero Goldie Grace. You might get a Clowncero. There's a lot of cigars in there, man. There's a lot. You might get, a release we did for a shop in the Barclay Rex.
Well, I can tell you, if you're leaving it to Danny to choose, he's going to choose the biggest bangers that you guys have. So This is for the 5 rare, cannot find anymore, probably cannot find anymore, regardless of who you looked or begged for. Would have to do some really weird, sick, twisted shit to even get a 5-pack of these things anymore. So who is that going to? Bruce! My man Bruce up in Michigan. Bruce coming
Congratulations.
in with the
You,
rare 5-pack.
Bruce, you got to tag us in that when you get them and smoke them, man. And you got to let us know how they
Absolutely.
aged.
Absolutely. Everybody, please, if you win tonight, please post everything you win. Tag the show, tag myself, and tag the company that is sending everything to you as well. Show some love. These companies do a lot for shows like ours. We do a lot for them. So the more we can help them get their name out, the more they see the benefit in partnering with shows like ours, the more you will have shows like mine available for you guys. So show some love, tag the manufacturer of any of the prizes that you get. Now we're going to go ahead and let's see here. We're going to give away the last La Aurora 5-pack. And then we've got boxes from there. So the last La Aurora 5-pack is going to go to Marshall Scott Henry. See, if everybody knows, the 15 entries remain. So your name gets removed when you win, but if you're winning multiple times, it's because I'm resetting everything, okay? So nobody's gaming the system here. Just want to make sure nobody's crying about anything. So we've got Marshall with the last 5-pack here from La Aurora. Let me write that down here. All right. Next up, we've got a leaf ashtray from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. While we're gonna hold off on doing this little drawing here, we're gonna run over a little bit here. I hope that's okay, Joe. Over
I'm
the
here.
normal
I'm here.
time here. So, Joe, tell everybody kind of how your vision has changed from 2020 to now, as far as like, are you guys going to ever be doing limited release drops again like you were, or are you guys focusing mainly on the shelf?
Now we're focusing on the shelf, but we are keeping our roots and doing limited drops. So we have a couple limited drops coming out this year. But you know, we have always the Festivus every year. This year we have two for two different shops that are going to be limited, only for their shop, and maybe a third that goes out to to all our retailers. But we love the fun and excitement the limited drops bring, right?
Now,
We love the camaraderie. Sorry, my words are jumbled right now, but it's just a lot of fun doing the limited drops, and we get to play with a lot of different tobaccos, right? We get to play with stuff that we can't buy a lot of, and we get a vision. This is what we want to do. Can we do it? Let's get it done. See how it goes, and then if it's something that goes off really well, we'll figure it out to bring it back a couple years from now.
see, that's going to be your biggest problem. Is you guys are now gonna have people going, I want X release to be a core. I want X release
Hmm.
to be a core because you guys fucked up. You were too good too early. You released too many good things in such a cultish way that you're gonna be having people go, I want to see this again. I want to see this again. So obviously you can't do everything that even you want to see come back. How do you how do you visually set for what you are going to bring back? Is it how fast it's sold out? Because everything's sold out, so you can't go off of sales.
No, it's just what people bring up to us all the
Okay,
time. Like
so you're going
like
with the bird in the
yeah,
ear.
when we talk to people, like, hey man, what I really miss, or oh, you know what I smoked recently? I took one out of my, I only have one left. I don't want to smoke it, type of thing. And limited drops were supposed to be limited drops, but after they've been on shelf for 3-4 years, we can bring it back. you know, in a limited capacity or as a full line. You know, that's the great thing about it, right? Once you have the blend. So
No, and I'm sure
yeah.
you guys have already been hit up with people. I want to see this come back. I want to see this come back. Um, are you able to give us an insight into potentially a limited release that we will see brought back into the core line?
AVB, but it might come back under a different name. Because the
You said
AVB was
AVB.
AVB, which was that's what I was just smoking.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was a Halloween release years and years ago, and it was a great stick. It was believe it or not, at the time, it didn't sell well. You know, the Halloween market it's a very crowded market for the cigar industry. So it really didn't sell great, but it became one of those sticks that it's a fan favorite.
Well,
You know, the people.
it didn't do good in the theaters, but it did great on video sales. You know, like that's really how it was. It became a cult classic. Like
Yeah,
it did great in the aftermarket side.
yeah, I mean, that one stood in shops for a while. Like March, you were still able to find them, you know, and then once they were gone, people were searching for them. And that we did some with a closed foot and some with an open foot. We did like a little trick or treat with, which was cool. So on a 5 pack, you didn't know you might have gotten 5 with closed foot,
It
you might
didn't
have got 5 open.
advertise. It didn't
Yeah,
advertise.
yeah.
Wow.
So
That's fun, right? Because you don't really know what you're gonna get, right? Life's like a box of chocolates in that sense. Um,
a
so
little trick or treat action.
absolutely. So next prize we've got we're gonna do the leaf ashtray, and that is gonna go to Mike Strasberg.
A great prize right there.
All right, Mike. I'm writing all of this down. All right. Next up is another leaf ashtray. That's going to go to Amanda Anderson. Jesus Christ, Amanda. I'm going to have to get a fucking refrigerator box to send all this shit to you. And I
You're
will
gonna need a
do it
pallet.
happily.
You're gonna need a
Um,
pallet to ship to her.
I know, right? Again, Amanda and Brent figured out how to double dip on these things. Uh, but Amanda, I'm serious. I don't want Brent. Brent's not allowed to have any of any of this. Even use the ashtray without asking you first. You let me know. I don't know where you live, but I'll come up there if I have to. Um, next up, we've got the diamond crystal ashtray from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. And that is going to go to JJ. Fantastic. JJ winning tonight twice, coming in. JJ being a longtime watcher as well. Fantastic. Remember, everybody, please reach out to me. I need your shirt size. Send me a video if you've won. Joe will pick out for a box of the Jesus Christ.
The samplers.
No, the other
If they
one,
won the box of the Goldie Grace.
Goldie
The
Grace.
Goldie,
And
yeah.
then if you didn't win, send me a video. And if only one person sends me a video, it's a really easy win. So
Winner, chicken
if
dinner.
you didn't win tonight, send me a video singing happy birthday to me. Joe picks out the winner on both of those. Don't suck up to me. I have nothing to do with the choice on that. That's all going to be Joe.
Language. Any language. You know, you want to sing it in Italian, you want to sing it in Spanish, you want to sing it in English. It's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
if you sing it to me in Italian, I might tell Joe to give you a few extra points. But let's see here. So, what do we have? Yeah. Yes, you do. No, I will not. Those are hers. Brent, you got to do like a month's worth of dishes or something like that to use some of this stuff. So, all right. Next, we have the box of Big Sky Robusto cigars, an entire box coming to who? Marshall Henry. Now, Marshall, is that you, Marshall Scott Henry, or is that a different Marshall Henry? Please let me know. if that's a different Marshall Henry, but I'm going to write that down either way, obviously. So please let me know if that's a different Marshall Henry or if that's you, Marshall Scott Henry. If it's a different Marshall Henry, please send me your information. All right, here now we have a unbelievably generous gift here that's going to be handed out from Richard. So if you win this one, send me or reach out to Richard directly with your address. But Richard is sending out 3 rare pinks. Now, in my state, those are like $25, $30 a piece because of our taxes here. So very, very, very generous. Marshall, is that you that won? Are you Marshall Henry or is Marshall Henry somebody different? So who is going to win that? That will be Mike. Mike Larbus. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I butchered. Mike Larbus. Again, send me shirt sizes if you won tonight as well, as you get a bonus shirt thrown in for you to wear whenever you want. Should be a really nice shirt too. Don't throw it in the dryer. I never throw these things in the dryer because it goes fat man thin, right? It just shrinks just enough to where it's no longer an XL. All right. So, all right, Marshall Scott Henry, I'm serious. Tell me right now, is this you that won that box? Because you're coming through twice if it is. All right. So that is the end of our giveaways, everybody. So fantastic. I can't believe we got through all of that in 2 hours here. And
Hours? Wow.
I know, right?
I'm glad I was a part of this, man.
Right?
I appreciate this.
I appreciate you coming. Okay, Marshall. All right. Just wanted to make sure. So Marshall Gaming the System coming in with 2 names. Again, it's my birthday show, everybody. So I don't care. None of it I'm keeping. Everything's going out to everybody. So I'm so glad everybody won. And Joe, man, I am so grateful for you guys being part of the show and for you guys wanting to be part of this show. And grateful for you coming on, spending my 40th birthday show here. We didn't have Ray, but it was probably a better show because of it. We just won't.
Hashtag Joe's my favorite clown. Let's go.
Hashtag Joe's my favorite clown.
I'm making shirts, by the way, and I'm going to be giving them out soon. That Joe's my favorite clown. So let's go.
If you say something, hashtag Joe's my favorite clown, there's no guarantees, but you might just get a shirt. Who knows?
You might get something.
So, to everybody watching tonight, thank you so much. And in closing here, Joe, recap what the rest of this year is going to look like for Clowns. Give us a little bit into next year, what to expect from you. And outside of the store locator on your website and smokin.com being the best place to get Cigar Clown cigars, tell everybody just why to choose you.
Yeah, man. So we love the leaf. We love our clients. You know, we are cigar enthusiasts, right? So every cigar we make, we want to make sure it's the best possible product we can give to you. It's simple, man. You know, there's a lot of brands out there. Just open your palate. You know, even if you're not smoking my brand, smoke another boutique. Go into the boutique world. It's a great world of cigars. Cigars are like art. So there's a lot of new people out there on the scene. You know, there's a couple good giveaways today from some small companies as well. So just go into the boutique market, man. That's it. Cigar Clowns rock, but that's all. I don't got much to say. I'm a man of few words, Ryan, when it comes to cigars. Buy my fucking cigars. That's it. Buy them. You'll like them. You'll fucking like them.
You know, like I said, do yourselves a favor. Jump over to smokin.com, pick up the King of Clowns, and pick up the Geppetto, and keep an eye out for any of the Festivus coming from next year. I did check, he does only have the one size of the Geppetto, but to be very honest with you, I like the 50 size better. than the bigger anyways, and that's what smoking has. So do yourself a favor, jump over to smoking.com, buy up all the remaining Cigar Clowns tonight so we can get fresh ones in there and they can dwindle down their inventory to be able to bring in new cigars. So if you haven't had a Cigar Clown cigar, what the fuck are you waiting for? Doesn't matter if you like clowns or not, don't be afraid of the cigars. They won't scare you. They'll actually make you really, really happy. All nice and warm and fuzzy inside too. So, do yourself a favor. Buy as many of the Cigar Clown cigars you can. And if you want a prize tonight and you get it, please tag the manufacturer that was so kind to be able to allow me to give this giveaway for you guys. And I swear, if you get, Bruce, you better be tagging that rare. Whoever gets the Cigar Clown signs that are signed tonight, please tag them as well. And it's the last time I'm going to say this. If you won tonight, send me a birthday video. Joe will pick the winner for the Goldie box, and then a sampler pack for those that didn't win. If you send me a video, you might be the only one. If you send me a video, Joe's going to pick the winner, and it's really easy if you're the only one that does it. So definitely make sure that you all do that. Send me your shirt sizes as well. And thank you so much for tuning in to this Thursday night's episode. For my 40th birthday, guys, this was so much fun. Man, this was just fun. I can't believe thank you guys for giving me the ability to do this every Thursday. Like truly, this just means so much. It's keeping me going. I've got a really tough time going on in life right now. So this show's really keeping me going. So, Clowns, Joe, thank you so much for joining me tonight. This has been another live episode of the Rocky Mountain Cigar Show here in the Smoking Studios. And until we see you again, smoke what you like, smoke as often as you can, and have a great, great rest of your week. Bye, everyone.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Thank you.